western Texas and southwestern plains. But otherwise, it's just going to be chilly throughout the northern half of the country, minus Iowa and Illinois, where it's going to be relatively mild, but still just right around below freezing in the Cascades. Let's take a look at the dew point values for tomorrow morning. Let's take a look. While your dew point values be right around the freezing mark. In degrees Celsius, though. Humidity throughout the Gulf would be present there, and as well as plenty of humidity throughout the coastal part of California, all the way to some parts of the Pacific Northwest on the coastal side, and as well as the leeward side of the Cascades too. Oh, and also let's not forget about those in the lower Mississippi Valley, all the way to Kentucky. Okay, so now let's go to here, where we'll be dealing with a good amount of humidity throughout the southeast, the immediate coastal parts of the Gulf. Some humidity will be all over the southern plains to Texas, and good amount of humidity throughout parts of California and parts of the Great Basin as well. While for you, your humidity level would be in the mid single digits in degrees Celsius. Let's see what we got for Monday morning. So for Monday morning, wild for you, your dew point values be in right around below freezing, which means that there's going to be a lot of dry air for you on Monday. And for those in the U.S., there's plenty of humidity to go around, but just not quite much in Louisiana, Mississippi. But there's a good amount, a lot of it in Florida. And parts of the Carolinas, a decent amount of humidity, a little bit on the coastal side of the Northeast, from New York to Boston, all the way down to the Delmarva Peninsula. Yet there is some humidity throughout coastal California, though, and the Central Valley. Monday night, there is for you, wild, your dew point value be just right around below freezing, which means dry air is upon you, wild. Plenty of humidity all over the immediate parts of the East Coast, you can see, as well as the immediate coastal parts of the Gulf, the southern plains to the Ozarks, lower Mississippi Valley, and much of the West Coast. So, has plenty of humidity. Let's take a look for Tuesday morning. By Tuesday morning, there for you, wild, your dew point values be below freezing, but just going slightly up, though. But still, you may have a decent chance of good weather, despite chilly weather over there, where you live. Just a reminder, I'm still here, just listening in the background right now for the most part. Oh, that's fine, Wild. Don't worry about it. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see what we got for Tuesday morning. Some humidity. It's only present in the Florida Keys, but just only a good amount of concentrated humidity for places like only on the beaches part of the southeast, and as well as southern Texas, throughout the rest of the Lone Star State, all the way up to Missouri, Kansas. Just a little bit of humidity that's there, and much of the West Coast too. And while for you, your dew point values be way below. How below? So below, I would say. Hold on, wait a minute. way below, like almost negative 10 degrees Celsius, but not below that, just above that though. Which means that you're going to be dealing with a lot of dry weather for Tuesday night. For folks in the U.S., there's a lot of humidity in Florida and the rest of the Gulf Coast. A lot of rising humidity levels. Dew point values be all over the central third of the country, except for the northern plains, though. And still some humidity that's plenty thereof throughout parts of the west coast in Oregon and western Idaho. Now let's take a look at Cape. See what we got in terms of convection. Well, there's not a lot of convection, but there is marginal amounts of Cape uplift in places like the Northwest, parts of the Great Lakes region, and the Ohio Valley, all the way down to the Southeast. For tomorrow night, hold on. Yeah, for tomorrow night, there is a little bit of Cape from Florida all the way to Ohio, West Virginia, Alabama, Georgia, and the Northern Rockies, like Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming. A good amount, a little bit of Cape there. Well, for you, you're not getting any lift from in the atmosphere. Yeah, just so you know, because lift means a chance of thunderstorms, but I don't think so for you, Wild, since your weather might be good. There's going to be a lot of lift in places like Bakersfield, Fresno, and throughout the southern end of the Central Valley, California. A little bit of lift in western Washington State, parts of the Great Lakes region, and let's see. Throughout Monday morning, plenty of Cape in South Florida. Otherwise, in Georgia, a tiny bit of Cape there, and a few parts of the Northern Rockies. Cape is present, and as well as the northern Great Lakes region, but not your part, Wild. For tomorrow, for Monday night, I should say, a lot of lift in the atmosphere from Miami to Key West. A tiny bit of Cape throughout parts of the Carolina coastline to Kentucky, West Virginia, and plenty of Cape throughout much of the Northeast and a few parts in the Pacific Northwest and the interior parts like the Bitterroot Mountains of Idaho and Northern Rockies. Tuesday morning, hold on a minute. Yeah, Tuesday morning, we do have plenty of, well, not really, but there's a little bit of Cape in northern New England and parts of West Virginia to Kentucky and Virginia, all the way down to Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, North Carolina, interior South Carolina, northwestern California, and a few places in the Pacific Northwest and Idaho and Montana. And let's go to Tuesday night, where there is a tiny bit of Cape throughout parts of Florida, but not as gradual as the days before. Some convection will be in parts of the Great Lakes region, but only over the water, over the lakes. Not your area, Wild, hopefully. Some convection may occur throughout Montana, all the way to Idaho and Oregon, and as well as Northern California. Alright, I'm going to go here just so that we can start talking about the 3-day snowfall forecast. But we are going to go here. And we're going to play the animation right now. Let me drink water real quick. Okay, so starting off with tonight, we currently have some wet weather throughout the central part of the United States, all the way to parts of the Great Lakes region, with showers that are present in the Pacific Northwest and the Northern Rockies, Bitterroot Mountains. There, you have some coastal valley rains and mountains snow. A few places with freezing rain, depending on the temperature profile. We advance through the night all the way until tomorrow morning, where you do have all that rain moving into places like Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, and near Chicago. While you're not getting much, though, until 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the reason why I'm emphasizing that is because in the U.S., we do have a thing called a daylight savings thing, and that's going to come to an end. Hold on a minute. We do have a thing called the daylight savings, and that's going to come to an end starting tonight, which means that by tomorrow morning in the pre-dawn hours, my time moves 1 hour backwards, which means that instead of saying Eastern Daylight Time, it'll be Eastern Standard Time, which means that even though my streams would still be 6 to 8 p.m., but it'll be Eastern 6 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. Now, I know that may sound annoying to you the way I say it, but believe it or not, that is the case. Still some coastal valley rains, mountain snow throughout the Pacific Northwest, parts of the Great Basin, the Northern Rockies, Northern California. Plenty of, I've already said showers though. But moving into tomorrow afternoon and into tomorrow evening, while you're going to get some wet weather, maybe a few flurries for you, if the temperature profile shows that the surface temperature in your area could be below freezing. But we'll see about that for tomorrow. But by tomorrow night, though, some showers and a few storms throughout parts of the southeast, the northern Great Lakes region, some lingering showers here and there going into southern Minnesota all the way to South Dakota. All the mountain snow and valley rains would move into the northern Rockies and into Wyoming and a few parts in northeastern Montana, and still lingering around in a few parts of the Pacific Northwest. Then we move into the pre-dawn hours of Monday morning, in which case all that rain would start creeping up into the mid-Atlantic, but still spreading all that rain into Florida and into the southern end of New Jersey. And while you're still going to get rain in the overnight hours, but that'll leave by the time all that moisture starts leaving your area while you're still sleeping, and then by 8 a.m. on Monday, you're not going to get any moisture. So that means dry air will be upon you after tomorrow, though. A little bit of valley coastal rains, mountain snow in the Pacific Northwest, but not in the widespread scale, though. Just isolated ones. But it gets worse in the Pacific Northwest, where it becomes more widespread. But yet there is going to be plenty of wet weather to deal with throughout the Northeast and parts of the Outer Banks in North Carolina, parts of the Carolinas, and then going up to the Northeast. But a few places like the Adirondacks and in northern New Hampshire, where there could be a chance of snow right there. But still some valley rains and coastal rains, mountain snow in places like the Pacific Northwest, northern Idaho, and northern Montana as well, and western Oregon all the way down to northwestern California. Florida won't get much rain though. Going into the early pre-dawn hours of Tuesday morning, in which case there will be some leftover rain and a little bit of mountain snow in northern New England, but still plenty of wet weather throughout much of the northwestern corner of the country. as well as Northern